Okay, so initially I figured I'll do this whole setup on my TikTok live, but because my TikTok lives I can only do at night because I'm busy with other work during the day. I figured I'm going to post this straight to the YouTube channel, so hopefully I can get more people onto my YouTube channel and get my following up onto YouTube a little bit higher than what it is right now. Only got 17 subscribers, trying to get to that 500 so that I can get so I can do my lives straight from YouTube one time. But yeah, so what I did was I put in the 10-inch that I was testing last night, and I figured to get some traffic going to my YouTube channel. Hopefully I'll be able to do that, and let me show you what we got here. Alright, as you can see, that's the 10-inch box. Initially what I thought was, maybe I'll be able to take this and lift it up, but the box is just a tad bit too big. It'll make it all the way up, but it's going to be right on the top here, and that's not what I want, because then basically the woofer is going to be playing against the top here, and that's never a good thing. So that's what's in the car right now. Let's turn it up and see what it does. Also, another thing that I want to note is that I'm basically playing do two tracks. First one would be the 33 hertz, and then we'll do the 25 hertz one. Same track, 25 hertz. So
I've got a lot of things to do.
Sit back and relax. Relax. You're about to get
Doesn't
rustified.
matter. I don't want Pa to skin me alive like he's gonna do to you and finds out.
Pa said not to bother him. And if he's not going to be home, how can I bother him?
It'd be better if you just forget about it.
let's see.
Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Jack. Because Pa didn't say anything to him.
Way down this country road in a holler, where they make that moonshine still. There's an old man on the porch on a shack, and the shack is where he lives. Round the town they call him Paul. It's Paul from on the hill. And every time Paul does swing a hole, you can hear that hole.
Came from the belly of the Bible Belt. Them motherfuckers preach the daughter's son. But they can't find no woman, no man, no cousin, no friend without a gun. Alabama, that is my home. Mother trying to park, it's got my heart. Off in the wood, out here rolling up in the woods after dark. You won't find me sober much. Always got a bottle of Jackie, yo. I told myself, I talk my shit, and I fight anybody that wants to go. Tall and slim, walk with a limp, cause my nuts are oversized. Fuck your dope and your alcohol, because
That's not bad on the 33 hertz one. So let's go to the 25 hertz one as well.
Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Jack.
Let's see.
Because Pa didn't say anything to him.
Way down this country road in a holler, where they make that moonshine still. There's an old man on the porch on a shack, and the shack is where he lives. Round the town they call him Paul. It's Paul from on the hill. And every time Paul does swing a hole, you can hear that hole.
came from the belly of the Bible Belt. Them motherfuckers preach the daughter's son. But they can't find no woman, no man, no cousin, no friend without a gun. Alabama, that is my home. But the trailer park has got my heart. Off in the hood, out here rolling up in the woods after dark. You won't find me sober much. Always got a bottle of Jackie, yo. I tell myself, I talk my shit, and I fight anybody that wants to go. Tall and slim, walk with a limp, cause my nuts are oversized. Fuck your dope and your alcohol, because your shit is overpriced. Hit the bootleg or 24 before I'm 21. Mathematic.
Sub is also playing at 2 ohms because everything is brand new on it. I've got the spiders are brand new, the coil is brand new, So the woofer's basically brand new with everything. So I don't want to turn it up way too much and put it on one ohm straight away. I want to just run in the woofer a little bit at least. Because if I don't run the woofer in and get the spider loose, lacquer a little bit, I might fall into the trap of it breaking, and that's kind of the last thing that I want, because like I said, the woofer's still new. Let's just see here quickly. What I want to do is also just play one of the normal tracks that I have that's not bass boosted, so you can hear the difference. As you can see, my voltage is nice, so that's generally the whole idea, was to get the voltage to play a little decent. But that's the 10-inch that's in the vehicle. So the one thing that I know is, because of me doing what I'm doing with this, a lot of people like to ask, what's the end goal here? And like I always say, with these setups, the main thing here is, the main focus is to show that when I recoil the speaker, it plays exactly like how it was playing before it broke. And like I always tell my customers, that if you bring your woofer into me for recoiling after doing the whole stripping of the speaker, I will basically give you a rundown as to what the coil says, or the tinsels, or the spider, which generally those three are the big factors that fail. So I'll give you a rundown as to what was roughly, or most probably, the reason as to why the speaker failed, and then you can address it on your end, so that once the recoil is done, there's no real stress about the woofer breaking again. So yeah, as you can see, that's still the 10-inch, but for the purposes of this video, I will then be putting in the 18-inch, that little bugger there, back in here, so that I can give you a brief view as to how much more violent the difference is. Because a lot of guys will be like, yeah, but that one there, look, there might not be a lot of flex on the vehicle, but it does sound really nice. And you know, like I said, as it is right now, I don't know if you guys can see, this big space here, that's where my second battery is sitting, in the back here. It's over there. So if the second battery is taken out, this box will go a little bit more back. It'll actually fit between the whole arches there, and you'll have all of that space for packaging and, you know, doing grocery shopping and so and so. But that is now not something that I have to stress about, because I've got an amazing wife. She allows me to put in my 18-inch in the vehicle that takes up all of the space, and if we do shopping, there's a back seat and we load in there. So for these purposes, I'm going to give you a rundown on the 18-inch and show you do a video on that so you can see what that sounds like. And voila, 18 inches in. So now that that's done, let me give you a demo of the same song with the 18-inch. Fit it in. Okay. Battery's a little bit on the low side because I've been banging it constantly. Okay, so 33 hertz first. 33 hertz.
If you're not going to be home, how can I bother him? It'd be better if you just forget about it.
Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Jack with me. Because Pa didn't say anything to him.
Way down this country road in a holler, where they make that moonshine seal. There's an old man on the porch on a shack, and the shack is where he lives. Round the town they call him Paul. It's Paul from on the hill. And every time Paul does lay a home, you can hear that hog sing.
From the belly of the Bible, go. That motherfucker preach that dog is right. When you can't find no woman, no kid, no man without a gun. Alabama, that is my home. But the trailer park has got my heart. Off in the hood, I ain't home when I'm laying in the woods. After dark, you won't find me somewhere much. Always got a lot of Jackie, yo. I told myself, I talk my shit, and I fight anybody that wants to go. Tall and slim, walk with a limp, 'cause my guns are oversized. Fuck your dope and you're out the house, 'cause your shit is overpriced.
Yeah, you can see that.
Before I'm 21, mathematic. Going to jail 'cause I'm broke and big, they break me. Magnetic. I'll be here and I do my
Okay. Now we're on 25 hertz.
Do it. I'm going to take Jack with me.
Yeah, see?
Pa didn't say anything.
Voltage is down.
Way down this country road in a holler, where they make that moonshine seal. There's an old man on the porch on a shack, and the shack is where he lives. Round the town they call him Paul. It's Paul from on the hill. And every time Paul does lay a home, you can hear that hog sing.
From the belly of the Bible, that motherfucker preach that daughter, son. When you can't find no woman, no man, no cousin, no friend without a gun. Alabama, that is my home. But the trailer park has got my heart. Off in the hood, I live home and I play in the woods. After dark, you won't find me somewhere much. Always got a bottle of Jackie, yo. I told myself, I talk my shit, and I fight anybody that wants to go. Tall and slim, walk with a limp, 'cause my guns are oversized. Fuck your dope when you're out the home, because your shit is overpriced. Take for 24 before I'm 21. Mathematic. Going to jail 'cause I'm broke that big, they break me. Magnetic. I'll be here and I do my time 'cause I can't make.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you have it. That's the two differences between the 10-inch in that box that I've got and the 18-inch in the box that I've got here. Just as we quickly go through it, just want to show that the box moved. Okay, that's the 25 hertz that does that, which is why to combat that we use these guys to just wedge the box in at the moment, because kind of don't have the plugs. Like I said, the box is not there to be in all the time. I do take it out and use it to get to the spare wheel and all of that. So yeah, that's the differences between the 10-inch and the 18-inch. Same songs. As you saw though, the voltage is kind of low at the moment. I need to charge the batteries up, but either way it still bangs. For daily usage, I'm very cool with that. I don't have any issues with that. The 10-inch though, after you listen to something like this, very hard to go down to the 10. Even wifey herself was like, you know what, it's not as, the feeling isn't the same as with the 18. But it's mainly because, well, surface area, box design, all of that. But if you've never had sound in the car, or you're doing 212s, listening to the 110 is almost the same. Also, if you don't have the budget for something massive like that, you generally can get something similar. Outside the vehicle, it sounds decent. It's just you're not going to get a lot of flex on the car. I have done some work to the back, um, but other than that, I'm pleased with how it sounds basically. 10-inch also, very happy with how that sounds. Wife is also happy with it. She didn't expect it to be that loud, but it is. But I think, on a personal note, maybe she would prefer the 18. But obviously now the 18s are mine. Both of them are going into the car, so she'd be happy with just the 10-inch. Actually, she would have been happy with the 8, but we're gonna have to rebuild the box for the 8-inch. So I'm busy, my baby. Yeah, I see you. So we'll have to see how that goes. If we're gonna decide to stick with the 8, with the 10 for this car, or if we're gonna go maybe the 212-inch route. I still got a couple of 12s I gotta fix up. 2 Venoms, 2 Streets, and we'll play them as well in the car just to see how that sounds. I've got 2 different boxes, but I think maybe that I'll do a live on my TikTok channel. Like I said, the aim is to get more viewership on my YouTube channel. But until I do that, my main source of, can't say, I don't want to call it marketing, but my main source of getting out there is on my TikTok channel. So yeah, that's basically it. So thanks for watching. If you made it this far to the video, I really appreciate what you being here, watching what I'm doing. Don't forget, Farid Musa on TikTok, and I've got a M.A.D Customs page there also. But most of my lives is done on Farid Musa. You can get me on there. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Until the next one. Flat, my story is 8.